Hello and thank you for joining us today. So today again we have with us an art expert and an officer of the Vedic Dhamma. So what is the significance of day 9 of Navratri and dedicated to Goddess Siddhidatri? Jagadev, day 9 is the culmination of Navratri sadhana. Goddess Siddhidatri, the ninth form of Ma Durga, symbolizes the path that bestows siddhis, spiritual perfections, and divine accomplishments. She holds a lotus, a mace, a chakra, and a concha embodying completeness. For seekers, worshipping Siddhidatri means invoking inner wholeness, dissolving ego and aligning with divine energy. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji beautifully says, when you are centered, siddhis are natural expressions of consciousness, not something to chase. The Devi Puran describes that Lord Shiva attained perfection and completeness through the grace of Siddhidatri. That is why she is worshipped as the giver of all siddhis to God, sages, and devotees. On this day, many complete the recitation of Durga Saptasati, perform Lalita Sahasranama Archana, and invoke divine blessings with Rudra Pujas. In the divine presence of Gurudev at the Art of Living International Center in Bengaluru, the vibrations become very powerful, uplifting thousands who gather. Now, how is Goddess Siddhidatri represented in scriptures? Together in iconography, Siddhidatri sits gracefully on a lotus radiating peace and power. Her forearms represent balance between material and spiritual worlds. The chakra represents time, the mace signifies strength, and the conch symbolizes cosmic sound, and the lotus stands for purity. She is the culmination of the Devi's nine form, showing that spiritual progress leads us to perfection. The Devi Bhagavatam mentions that she grants eight siddhis: Anima, Mahima, Garima, Lagima Prapti, Prakmaya, Ishitva, Vaishitva, and 10 secondary siddhis. She gave these siddhis to the three murtis for their cosmic roles. For example, Shiva's Ardhanarishvara form is said to have been made complete through her grace on Navratri day 9. Remembering her is like completing a spiritual yagya within oneself. Gurudev often emphasizes that these siddhis manifest not through effort but through surrender to the Devi. Now, how is the Navratri day 9 celebrated at the Art of Living International Center? Jagata, the day begins with chanting of Durga Saptasati, where the final chapters are recited with deep devotion. Thousands of devotees sit in silence, listening and chanting. Later, the Lalita Sahasranama Archana is performed, invoking the thousand names of the Divine Mother. The energy builds up to Rudra Pujas, where Vedic chanting chants purify the environment. In Gurudev's presence, the collective meditation takes everyone into a deep state of bliss. The Vedic Dhamma Sansthan collaborates with the Art of Living Pandit Training School to conduct these rituals authentically. On day 9, the pujas carry special significance. Final offerings are made to Devi, marking the completion of Navratri. Gurudev leads the collective meditation and satsang where bhajans elevate the atmosphere. Devotees feel as though Devi herself is seated before them, showering blessings. Now, why is Siddhidatri considered the final form of Durga? Jayadev, each day of Navratri takes a seeker inward, starting with Ashram Shailaputri, the nature grounding, moving to Brahmacharani or austerity, and Chandraghanta or the energy, and so on. The journey culminates in Siddhidatri, perfection, balance, and divine fulfillment. She symbolizes the fruit of sadhana. Gurudev explains the nine forms are not external deities but stages of our own consciousness. In scripture, Siddhidatri completes the cycle of Shakti's manifestations. She represents the cosmic mother, granting ultimate liberation. Moksha, worshipping her on the ninth day, is considered auspicious for removing ignorance and ego. Traditionally, people also perform Kanya Pujan on this day, honoring young girls as embodiments of Devi. At the Art of Living International Center, this is performed with devotion, aligning with scriptural traditions. Now, what role does Durga Saptasati play on day 9? Durga Saptasati, also known as Devi Mahatmya, is the crown jewel of Devi worship on day 9. The final chapters narrate the complete victory of the Divine Mother over demonic forces. Chanting these verses fills the environment with strength and faith. Gurudev always reminds us that Devi is not somewhere outside, she is in every cell of your being. According to tradition, completing the recitation of Saptasati during Navratri ensures divine grace for the whole year. At the International Center, trained Vedic Pandits chant in perfect rhythm, and thousands join in resonance. The energy is palpable. It feels like Devi's presence is invoked directly. Combined with the Lalita Sahasranama and Rudra Pujas, it becomes a complete sadhana balancing Shakti and Shiva. Now, how does Goddess Siddhidatri bless devotees in daily life? Jagadev, Siddhidatri is not just about mystical powers or siddhis. In real life, her blessings manifest as clarity of mind, inner strength, and the ability to face challenges with grace. Many seekers at the Art of Living share that on day 9, during meditation with Gurudev, they experience deep stillness and sudden solutions to long pending issues. This is Devi's grace in action, removing obstacles and opening new pathways. Scriptures say that she grants siddhis to God, sages, and devotees alike, but in practical terms, Vedikdam, Siddhi means success, success in spiritual practice, in work, and in relationships. Of worshipping Siddhidatri removes arrogance and brings humility. During the Navratri pujas conducted in Gurudev's presence, even children and young participants feel uplifted as though their minds become sharper and hearts lighter. This is why she is worshipped as the giver of perfection. Now, what is the role of Lalita Sahasranama on this day? Jai Gurudev, the Lalita Sahasranama is a hymn of thousand names of the Divine Mother. Each name carries a vibration that uplifts the mind on day 9. Chanting it is especially powerful because the mind is already purified by 8 days of devotion. Gurudev explains when you chant these names, you awaken the Devi within you. Devotees often go into meditation effortlessly during this recitation. At the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan, we emphasize that the Sahasranama is not mere chanting but an offering of love. Each name from Sri Mata to Sri Lalita Mahatripura Sundari is like a flower at the Devi's feet. At the Art of Living Center, thousands participate together, creating an energy field so strong that it feels like the Devi herself is seated in the Yagyashala showering blessings. Now, how are Rudra Pujas integrated into day 9 celebrations? The Rudra Puja is a unique offering to Lord Shiva performed with Vedic mantras and offerings of milk, water, and flowers to the Shivalingam. On day 9, Rudra Puja balances the Shakti energy of Siddhidatri with Shiva's consciousness. Gurudev leads mass meditations during Rudra Puja, where thousands close their eyes and experience inner silence. According to scriptures, Rudra and Shakti are inseparable. Siddhidatri granted Lord Shiva his Ardhanarishwara form, half Shiva, half Shakti. So Rudra Puja on this day is deeply symbolic. At the International Center, the trained Pandits chant Sri Rudram, Chamakam, and Purusha Sukta with precision. The puja purifies not just the participants but the environment itself. Scientists who have studied these chants note that their impact on atmosphere and human brain waves. How does Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji guide devotees on this day? Gurudev often reminds seekers that Siddhidatri's blessing is inner completion. In satsangs, he explains that siddhis are natural outcomes of a centered mind and should not be pursued for ego. Instead, surrender to the Devi brings true fulfillment. On day 9, his words carry the energy of Devi herself, soft, compassionate, yet immensely powerful. During the concluding satsang of Navratri, Gurudev leads bhajans that invoke the mother. Devotees from across the world join online and on site. His presence transforms rituals into living experiences. Many people have shared miraculous experiences of healing and clarity during his guidance on this day. For us, Gurudev is the channel through which Siddhidatri's grace flows to millions. Now, what is the importance of Kanya Pujan on day 9? Jagdev, Kanya Pujan is a tradition where 9 young girls are worshipped as embodiments of the Navadurga. It reminds us that divinity resides in the feminine and in innocence. At the Art of Living Center, little girls are honored, fed, and blessed during this ritual. Gurudev often says that she see the divine in the smallest, simplest forms of life. The Vedic tradition teaches that Devi resides in the pure heart of a child. Worshipping Kanya is symbolic of honoring Devi in her most innocent form. On day 9, this ritual completes the Navratri Puja cycle at the International Center. Volunteers and families join in the seva, offering clothes, sweets, and gifts to the girls. This reflects the essence of Siddhidatri, granting perfection through humility and reverence. Now, how does Siddhidatri relate to spiritual growth in everyday life? Jagadav goddess Siddhidatri represents the ultimate state of spiritual evolution. Each day of Navratri symbolizes a step toward inner mastery, and by day 9, the seeker is ready to receive the full spectrum of the Devi's energy. Worshipping Siddhidatri helps balance intellect, intuition, and willpower. Devotees often report a sense of inner clarity and purpose during meditation and Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's presence. As Gurudev explains, the journey of Navadurga is a journey within. Siddhidatri represents the state where mind, heart, and soul align perfectly. This alignment manifests as improved decision making, emotional balance, and resilience in daily life. From a Vedic perspective, Siddhidatri embodies the perfection of all 8 primary siddhis. This doesn't only mean supernatural powers, it also includes mastery over one's mind, body, and emotions. On day 9, through rituals like Durga Saptasati, Lalita Sahasranama, and Rudra Puja, devotees undergo a spiritual purification process. The energy created during these rituals, especially in Gurudev's presence, facilitates spiritual growth, helping participants align with dharma and inner purpose. Now, why is the combination of Durga Saptasati and Lalita Sahasranama significant on this day? Narrative Durga Saptasati narrates the divine battle of Devi against cosmic evils, while Lalita Sahasranama focuses on her 1000 names, each representing a divine aspect. The combination of both on day 9 allows seekers to simultaneously internalize the Devi's courage and invoke her blessings. Gurudev emphasizes that while the Saptashati builds spiritual strength, Chanting the Sahasranama fosters devotion and surrender. Together, they create a holistic spiritual experience, enhancing mental clarity, emotional stability, and a sense of divine connection. Scripturally, Durga Saptasati brings the power of action or Shakti, and Lalita Sahasranama evokes the benevolent aspect of the Devi. Performing both in sequence completes the Navratri ritual cycle. At the Art of Living International Center, hundreds of trained pandits recite these texts with precise pronunciation, ensuring the maximum spiritual vibration. The combination purifies participants' minds and hearts, creating an environment charged with the sacred energy, amplifying the blessings of Siddhidatri. How does chanting Rudra Puja enhance the effects of worship on day 9? Jayadav, Rudra Puja is the worship of Lord Shiva, who is inseparably linked with Shakti, the Devi. On day 9, this puja complements Siddhidatri's energy balancing action or Shakti with the consciousness or Shiva. Gurudev often explains that chanting Rudra mantras produces vibrations that harmonize the mind, remove stress, and open channels for spiritual experience. Participants often report a heightened focus, deep inner calm, and a sense of being connected to universal consciousness during this puja. Vedic Dhamsansan emphasizes that Rudra Puja is not just ritualistic but has profound effects on the environment. Scientifically, chanting Sri Rudram and Chamakam has been observed to reduce stress and create positive energy in the surroundings. During day 9 celebrations, devotees witness a transformative experience of spiritual purification that aligns with the teachings of the Devi Puran, making the mind receptive to Siddhidatri's grace. Now, what is the significance of performing Kanya Pujan at the culmination of Navratri? Jagadav, Kanya Pujan is symbolic of honoring the Devi in her purest, most innocent form. On day 9, after 8 days of sadhana, this ritual helps devotees internalize humility, compassion, and respect for life. Gurudev describes this as recognizing divinity in the simplest forms of existence. By serving and worshipping young girls, devotees receive the spiritual energy of Siddhidatri, which completes the Navratri journey by instilling purity of heart and mind. Now, Vedic texts describe that honoring young girls mirrors the devotion one must have towards the Divine Mother during Kanya Pujan at the International Center. The ritual includes feeding the girls, offering gifts, and performing arati. This serves as a living reminder that true perfection is achieved through love, reverence, and selfless service, aligning with the Siddhidatri's blessings. Now, how does the presence of Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji transform Navratri Day 9 celebrations? Jagadav Gurudev's presence amplifies the spiritual energy of Day 9 exponentially. His guidance helps devotees understand the deeper significance of the rituals, moving beyond formality into experience. While chanting Saptasati Lalita Sahasranama and Rudra Pujas, Gurudev often leads meditations, helping participants feel the Devi's presence internally. Devotees describe profound peace, clarity, and bliss, transforming the ritual into a direct experience of Siddhidatri's grace. From a Vedic standpoint, a guru or enlightened presence acts as a conduit for cosmic energy. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji's presence aligns the collective consciousness of thousands of devotees, making the energy of rituals more potent. Devotees experience a sense of universal connection, and spiritual completion, and an inward awakening, fulfilling the essence of day 9 worship. Jagadev, why is day 9 considered the most auspicious day of Navratri? Jagadev, day 9 is the peak of Navadurga sadhana. All previous days prepare the mind, body, and heart to receive Siddhidatri's grace. Gurudev explains that the culmination of effort, devotion, and meditation over 8 days makes the ninth day extremely powerful. Spiritual vibrations are at their highest, and the seeker experiences inner purification, clarity, and alignment with cosmic energy. In Vedic traditions, the ninth day marks the completion of the Navadurga cycle. Scripturally, it is considered the day when devotees are more receptive to siddhis and divine grace. When rituals like Saptasati recitation, Lalita Sahasranamam, Rudra Pujas, and Kanya Pujan, the spiritual benefits are maximized. At the International Center, this is the day when collective energy is most intense, creating profound inner transformation for all participants. Now, how does the recitation of Saptasati impact participants on day 9? Like the reciting Durga Saptasati brings awareness of the triumph of divine forces over negative tendencies within us. On day 9, the final chapters narrate the victory over ignorance and ego. Gurudev emphasizes that these verses are not just stories, they are instructions for daily life. Participants often feel energized, peaceful, and more aligned with their inner purpose after recitation. The structured chanting by trained Vedic Pandits produces profound vibrations that purify both mind and surroundings. For thousands of devotees, especially during day 9, Saptasati chanting fosters a meditative state, reduces mental restlessness, and facilitates connection with the Siddhidatri's energy. The culmination of the Saptasati recitation marks the spiritual apex of Navratri. Now, what is the significance of meditation during day 9 rituals? Therefore, the meditation on day 9 allows participants to internalize the power of Siddhidatri. Gurudev often instructs that while chanting or performing rituals, One should visualize the Devi within, embodying the balance, wisdom, and grace. Meditation enhances receptivity to divine energy, deepening the impact of the day's sadhana. Devotees report insights, clarity, and a sense of inner fulfillment during this practice. Vedic tradition teaches that rituals alone are incomplete without awareness. Meditation amplifies the spiritual benefits of the rituals performed. At the International Center, guided meditation sessions led by Gurudev and senior teachers synchronize participants' energies, creating a collective spiritual field. This amplifies Siddhidatri's blessings for all. So, how do devotees experience the grace of Siddhidatri during Navratri? The grace manifests in subtle and profound ways: mental clarity, calmness, and emotional stability, and intuitive insights in Gurudev's presence. Devotees feel the Devi's energy directly as if a protective, loving force envelops them. Many share personal stories of breakthroughs, resolution of inner conflicts, or sudden clarity on life decisions after participating in day 9 rituals. Scripturally, Siddhidatri is the giver of all perfections, observing rituals with devotion and participating in a collective chanting and meditation channels this energy. At the International Center, thousands of devotees feel uplifted, experiencing a deep inner connection with the Devi. This grace supports spiritual growth and personal transformation. Now, how does Day 9 inspire daily living and ethical conduct? Day 9 teaches completion, balance, and self mastery. Worshipping Siddhidatri inspires ethical living, respect, humility, and compassion and responsibility. Gurudev explains that perfection in action and thought is the highest Siddhi. Devotees often report practicing better patience, understanding, and integrity after immersing themselves in the rituals and meditations of this day. Navratri culminates in aligning inner values with the outer action. Vedic teaching suggests that the energy received on day 9 reinforces dharmic conduct through ritual, meditation, and selfless service like Kanya Pujan. Devotees internalize these principles at the International Center, observing ethical conduct, seva, and devotion together mirrors the qualities Siddhidatri embodies, guiding participants in practical life. Take with it.